We all know this breed's iconic look, but did you know that many Scottish Folds are actually suffering? Probably not. In this video, you'll learn all about this. Together, we'll answer the following question. Should Scottish Fold cats be banned? Let's begin. Scottish Folds are famous due to their adorable folded ears. It's extremely easy to fall in love with their bunny-like appearance. However, this adorable trait comes at a cost. Scottish Folds have inherited a particular gene that affects the cartilage supporting their ears. Basically, their cartilages aren't strong enough, and thus the ears fold. At first, it was believed that this trait makes them prone to ear infections. Turns out, it isn't the case. Unfortunately, they are prone to something far more serious. But first, a little bit of background. There are 3 degrees of folding a Scottish Fold can show. The most desirable one is the most extreme. However, the ears are not the only parts affected. Technically, all Scottish Folds suffer from FOCD. FOCD is a progressive, painful condition that has a wide range of symptoms. Severely affected cats have shortened, thickened limbs and tails, deformed toes, and overall reduced mobility. However, mildly affected cats may not have these obvious signs. The mildly affected cats develop over time new bone growth around their joints. Additionally, their joint spaces are narrowing. As the cat ages, the condition becomes increasingly painful, and the joints become stiff. These symptoms affect the cat's ability to move around freely, jump, or climb. In some cases, euthanasia is necessary due to the pain the cat is in. The condition likely develops because the cartilage isn't mature enough around the joints. It's the same reason why folded ears occur. Sadly, there is no cure for FOCD. Some arthritis treatments may help alleviate symptoms. The gene causing this condition is dominant. If a kitten has it, the ears will be folded. This condition is also the reason why respectable breeders never breed fold to fold. Instead, they breed folds to Scottish Straights, British Shorthairs, or American Shorthairs. Out of a litter, only half of the kittens have folded ears. These cats are called heterozygous folds. Cats whose both parents are folds, or homozygous folds, develop severe symptoms at an early age. It was once believed that only homozygous folds develop FOCD symptoms. However, this doesn't seem to be the case. There were at least 3 studies done on fold cats. One study from 1999 included 9 heterozygous folds with pedigree and 1 without a pedigree. Out of them, only 6 were known to have severe issues, while 4 were thought to be healthy. Additionally, 8 of them were from Scottish Fold and Scottish Straight matings. The results showed something surprising, in a bad way. All folds participating in the study were affected by FOCD. There was a wide variation in the severity of the condition. Surprisingly, age did not correlate with how serious the symptoms were. Other studies had similar results. To summarize, research suggests that all Scottish Folds have some degree of FOCD visible on X-ray. Unfortunately, the disease signs are not always visible from an early age, probably because cats are masters at hiding their pain. The symptoms also vary depending on the individual. The condition is a progressive one, meaning the symptoms will worsen as the cat ages. If the condition becomes extremely painful, the only way to ease the cat's suffering is through euthanasia. But not all cats develop severe symptoms. Some can be asymptomatic. To make matters more complicated, not all straight folds are actually straight. I mentioned earlier that all cats who inherit the gene have some degree of folding. But some cats display such a low level of folding that they pass as straights, even if genetically speaking, they're folds. Needless to say, breeding these cats to folds dramatically increases the risks of their offspring. For these reasons, Scottish Folds are not accepted as a breed by the largest cat associations in Europe and England. What do breeders say? Well, some breeders claim that the studies done had a small sample, which is true. Additionally, in the study I mentioned, there were many Scottish Straight offspring. However, when the International Feline Federation offered 300 breeders free X-rays to find Scottish Folds with healthy back legs, the offer was never taken up. A similar offer made by the World Cat Federation was also refused. But this isn't all. A poll conducted by ScottishFoldKittens.info showed that 40% of Scottish Folds from backyard breeders and 27% of pedigreed folds had FOCD symptoms. While this isn't in any way an official study, it shows some worrying results. Even if there isn't sufficient data to draw a bulletproof conclusion, the information gathered so far shows that all Scottish Folds can develop moderate to severe FOCD symptoms. So then, should Scottish Fold cats be banned? Unfortunately, the answer is not that simple. The complete ban of the breed might help to a certain extent, but even if breeders stop breeding these cats, there will always be backyard breeders that will continue. And as I mentioned earlier, severe symptoms are more likely to occur in cats bought from backyard breeders. The authorities should be extremely vigilant and make continuous efforts to make sure this breed is completely banned. But even so, I'm not entirely sure this is even possible. After all, Scottish Folds without a pedigree don't have any proof of being Scottish Fold. Furthermore, it's mandatory to sterilize your pet in some countries, while in others, it's not. Regulations would need to stipulate that all cats having FOCD are not allowed to breed, making matters more complicated. So what can we do? The best thing we can do is educate ourselves, and the change starts with you and me. I know, Scottish Fold cats are adorable, but you have to know what you're getting yourself into. Sadly, all Scottish Folds can develop severe symptoms of FOCD, and this condition is unpredictable. It can start at any age. Even if some treatments are available, they only delay the inevitable. Not to mention the treatments usually require expensive surgeries. So before getting one, ask yourself this: would you be okay with your beloved cat suffering tremendously, possibly from an early age? Will you have the money required to treat this condition? And would you have the strength it takes to put your cat to sleep, even if she's too young for this? Remember, it won't be only your cat that will suffer. You will too. It's not an easy thing to go through, especially since we love our cats to pieces. I don't think it's a good idea to get a Scottish Fold, because the risks are just too high. But there is good news too. You can always get Scottish Straights or Scottish Shorthairs instead. These adorable cats are just as loving as a fold, minus the health risks. You can also get British Shorthairs or American Shorthairs. I really hope this video helped you. If so, please give it a like and subscribe, as I have plenty of videos about other cat breeds. And if you want more information on this subject, please check out the links in the description. I highly recommend ScottishFoldKittens.info website. See you in my next video!